Hi, I'm Steffi Yang.
And I'm Charmaine Tan. Welcome back to another episode of Nanyang Spectrum for this semester. In today's episode, it's time for you to slow down and take a stroll at Singapore's very own Turtle and Tortoise Museum. You can feed these terrapins and even watch them roam freely around the park. Time for Mexican, food that is. Lauren will be here to bring you some easy-to-follow steps to make your very own Mexican food. Finally, in Let's Talk, Lauren Chibert talks to a young and inspiring theatre director in Singapore. If you feel that you never have enough money these days, then maybe it's because Singapore has swept away Tokyo to take the title of the world's most expensive city to live in. This is according to the latest findings by The Economist. However, according to another survey published by the human resource consultancy, ECA International, it is also the most livable city in the world. Our reporter Ting Xuan checks out what it's all about.
This is the 16th year in a row that Singapore has been named as the most livable city in the world. Good air quality, solid infrastructure, decent medical facilities, low crime and health risks have contributed to Singapore maintaining its position. Adelaide and Sydney in Australia were in second and third positions. So do you think that Singapore is a livable city?
Oh yeah, definitely yes. Yeah.
So what are the reasons why you think Singapore is a livable city?
Safety first. Yeah, this is the most important thing. The economy. Yeah, stability-wise, yeah, it is very stable. And safety. For me as a father, yeah, it is safety.
I feel Singapore is like homey city, and the air so fresh, the city so clean, and I'm so happy to stay here.
We've been coming here for about the last 12 years, off and on, to see our grandkids, and each time I'm astounded. It just gets bigger and better, more things to do, and it's safe.
While some agree on Singapore's livableness, some has felt that Singapore has still much to improve.
Perhaps we could do something about rising costs of basic necessities.
The stress level needs to be improved. I mean, Singapore or Singaporeans itself needs to have managing the stress, because that's really killing Singaporeans. And for me,
while there's still much to improve, such ranking has made Singapore a very attractive place for companies looking to set up in Singapore and also for more expatriates to come and stay in Singapore. This is Ting Xuan reporting at MBS.
Family time is really precious, and that makes finding the best things to do with your family on the weekends even more stressful. If you're running out of ideas, then our reporter Chen Hui may have an attraction that will make family time happy time.
You might think that turtles and tortoises are boring and slow, but once you meet these exotic species, you might find them utterly fascinating. Tucked away in the Jurong Chinese Garden, these steady and calm creatures roam together with visitors, promoting tranquility into our otherwise fast-paced life. At the Live Turtle and Tortoise Museum, visitors young and old can interact with these shelled reptiles, learning more about these creatures of longevity.
We wanted to do something back for the community as a showcase for all kids and all that. We can teach all children, because we have 49 different species of turtles. And Google being our best friend, we found out that we're actually the only ones in the world.
The environmental-friendly museum also seeks to rescue and rehabilitate tortoises and turtles, giving the often neglected pets a new sanctuary.
Right now I have about nearly 500 turtles. I didn't start with so many in the first place. So when people heard that I have these turtles, they started coming to me for advice. That was a very heart-wrenching one. Somebody gave it to us. I'm not too sure who was it, and we found that it was very disformed. If you notice today, the turtle itself is at the bottom is slightly, the shell is bigger than the top. That's when it came over to us, the bottom shell is very, very small. It's also almost as small as the top shell, because there was no place for it to grow.
The museum was awarded the Guinness World Record in 2005 for its largest collection of turtles and tortoises, and to date continues to grow in numbers.
In the hustle and bustle of the land city, it is always good to immerse yourself in a world that is slow and steady. This is Chibert reporting from the Live Turtle and Tortoise Museum.
Singapore prides itself for being a clean and green garden city. It is not surprising that NTU's latest hall has the same mantra. Sabrina Lee discovers Pioneer Hall's environmentally friendly features.
In 2014, Pioneer Hall opens its doors, increasing NTU's hall count to 18. Along with Crescent Hall, it achieved a Green Mark Platinum status, the highest award for an individual building for environmental sustainability. From inside the rooms to the overall position of the buildings, every part of the hall was considered during construction to be as eco-friendly as possible. Here with us is Pioneer resident Ting Hui Lin to tell us more.
Behind me is the rain garden. The vegetation here helps to slow down the rainwater, and also the water from the pond is pumped back to water the plants. On top of the buildings, there are also many solar panels and solar water heaters. This helps to provide electricity from our rooms and also hot water for us to shower in.
Even the rooms themselves have a different design from other existing halls.
My room has double glazed windows, which helps to shield from direct sunlight. And also, the rooms are generally facing the north-south direction, so there's a natural cooling ventilation to it. That's why I don't have to switch on the aircon sometimes. And also, the rent here is about $375 per month. It's a bit more expensive than other halls, but I like staying here because I get a room to myself. And also, there are many facilities like the music room as well as the gym, which encourages me to do other things than studying and also have a more balanced lifestyle.
But it's not enough to introduce new features in the hall. As we know, the urge to save the planet starts from within. Residents themselves are encouraged to recycle.
Over here is one of the dual refuse chutes. One is for the general waste and one is for recycling. There are also compost bins for converting waste into natural fertilizers for gardening purposes. And if you have an electric vehicle, you can also charge them at charging stations at the car park.
The halls are also taking the green message literally, with many trees and plants lining the broadwalks and gazebos, ideal places for residents to socialize.
With 6 more halls being planned in NTU, the school aims to house another 5,000 students and become the greenest campus in Singapore. Hopefully, this will make the school a more viable place not just for Mother Earth but for her students. This is Sabrina Lee reporting from Pioneer Hall.
The life of a student is often stressful. Assignments, midterms, and deadlines often occupy the bulk of their time. But unlike most students, one student, or residential philanthropist, spends the time overseas volunteering for projects in some less developed countries. Let's Talk is up next.
Paying back to society is seen as a privilege for some and an expectation for others. For Ng Si Wen, participating in the Overseas Community Involvement Program is a truly enriching experience. Si Wen has been actively organising OCIP trips for NTU for a while, and she is only a second-year student. Laos and Vietnam are only a couple of countries that she has travelled to help. Hey Si Wen, so welcome to the program. Can you tell me what sparked your interest in volunteering overseas?
Okay, so firstly, I didn't join any of these OCIP activities before I came to university. There were chances in JC and secondary school, but I didn't join them. So I felt like it was so I felt that since I'm in uni already and it's my last chance to join, so I decided to join my hall's OCIP. Yeah.
Awesome. Can you tell us about what the conditions are like when you go overseas?
Okay, so for the previous 2 trips that I went, which was to Vietnam in last year June and as well as Laos in December last year, I would say the conditions weren't that bad. I was expecting, usually when you think of these kind of things, you'll be thinking oh, the toilet is a hole in the ground.
Yeah, that's
what
I'm imagining.
You don't have anything, but it was not too bad, I would say, because at least you had a toilet. Even though there's no flush and everything, you can it's still a toilet. It's not you dig the ground and everything, but
okay.
I think the conditions wasn't too bad, but like the one that I'm going soon in this year, like to Nepal, like I heard that we are going to sleep in like tents and like really in the mountain and everything, and there'll be like altitude sickness and everything, and like the toilet is literally a tent and like you just dig a hole in the ground. So it's pretty different from like the ones I went to previously. So yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking, if the conditions are so bad, what's your motivation to keep doing this? To go and sleep in a tent and get altitude sickness and not have a toilet?
Well, I guess I just, like before, when like the first time I joined, like I wanted to like really help people. Like, you know, you always have this like feeling like, oh, I'm gonna go and help people and everything. But like when you go there, you realize that sometimes sometimes like you might be even like a burden in a way.
Huh?
Yeah.
How do you mean you'd be a burden?
Like because when we go there, we usually do like two like main areas, which is like construction and teaching.
Yeah.
So for teaching, I'm quite alright with that because we interact with the kids and like we get to like teach them maybe some English, which is like I feel like are very helpful skills for them. But when we are doing construction, it's a bit like I don't really feel very I don't know how to say, but like because I feel that like I'm not very trained like construction worker and everything. Yeah. So like I feel that I'm more of a burden sometimes because I don't really have like the strength to like
not the handyman of the group.
Yeah, in a way.
Gotcha.
But I guess I'm not really sure. I think it's kind of like the system, like we, as in like the YEP, they will send us there to like do this kind of things. It's like part of the program in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. Cool. And like, can anyone apply to be in OCIP? How do you go about getting involved?
Usually like the organizing committee will like put out a advertisement, they'll put up a poster and like they'll put it on social media and everything, and ask you like ask the residents of the hall or like the school students like who wants to join this OCIP program. So then I just saw it and I wanted to join, so I just responded to it in a way. Yeah, cool. And usually they'll be like, they'll ask you like what kind of sports you like to join. Like there's different roles in the committee. Like you could be like the programmer, which is like planning programs for the kids and like planning like the education over there, or you could be like doing stuff like publicity, which is what I'm currently doing now for my next trip. Yeah.
Right.
So they will like kind of interview you a bit, like get to know like why you like to join this and everything. Yeah.
Cool. And can you tell us like any memorable experiences that you've had? Any highlights?
I think this is like a bit of like a juicy gossip in a way.
Ooh.
But like previously in my Vietnam trip, right, because we went with this university students from Vietnam, like the Ho Chi Minh City, and like they went with us there to the village to like be our translators, and like they like went there to like help us like coordinate everything. And like one of my seniors, like she was like a year 3 business student, and like she kind of like fell in love with the Vietnamese volunteer there, like one of the guys there.
Wow.
Yeah, like, but I don't know what they're doing right now. I don't know if they keep in contact and everything, but maybe they're like friends right now or something. But they really like, I think that was like very interesting because for like such a short trip and like it's like a different country and everything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Wow.
It's very interesting in a way.
OCIP for
Can find
Tinder.
Yeah, you can find your other half there.
Are they still in touch now?
Not sure, but I think they're friends.
That's hard.
Yeah, but I don't know if they are like going to be together and everything.
There you
it's
go.
Really hard. Yeah.
That's the highlight. Amazing.
I mean like a juicy
Yeah,
highlight.
that's great.
Yeah, there are other things as well, but I cannot really remember.
I'm sure there's lots of other cultural experiences.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in. And back to you guys.
Mexican food has quickly taken overing the Singapore food scene. With its bold flavors salsaing its way into the heart of the locals, you might want to learn to cook and perfect the flavors of the cuisine in the comfort of your own home. Our reporter Lauren meets up with Singapore's Mexican cuisine expert to find out more.
Mexican food, tacos, quesadillas, ceviche, they're all delicious. But most of us will admit it's a little bit nerve-wracking trying out these flavours at home.
Thankfully, today we're lucky enough to be joined by the man leading Singapore's Mexican wave, Mario Malvez, here at the busy riverside restaurant Super Loco. Thanks for joining us today, Mario. So what are we going to be making today?
Today we'll make it salmon ceviche, traditional for the coast of Mexico, the Ocean Pacific. So we will use some ingredients like red onion, cherry tomatoes, salmon raw, sunflower sprouts, and some coriander, some citrus like lime, orange, and some habanero chili from Mexico. Really, really spicy chili.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's get stuck in.
Let's do it. So we started to slice the red onion. So normally we remove this a little bit to make it equal. And then we just try to do a slice really thin. The good idea of the onion is like probably break a little bit and put in a little bit ice water so they will get really crispy and crunchy texture after. Cool. So now we'll use the salmon and we just like remove the skin and dice a big cubes. So we try to remove here the skin, clean it up so you have not much, right?
So apart from being Mexican, Mario, what is it about Mexican food that you love?
Well, actually, ceviche is my favorite dishes.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's like big coast around Mexico, so you can have different kind of fish and also season. So it's really, really nice. Okay, basically we have the salmon here, and also it's very important to have like ice.
Okay.
Remember, because this ceviche is raw fish, which actually will be just cured with lime juice. So
what does that mean when you say it's going to be cured with the lime juice?
well, it's not cooked at all. Citrus of the orange, or in this case with the lime, it will help to just to cure, right?
Okay, so we've got our salmon, we've got our lime juice. What's next?
Okay, let's talk a little bit of the habaneros chilies, which is the hottest chili around the world.
They're really pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, and they have several kind of colors, you know, and yeah, it's really, really fragrant, aromatic.
Okay.
And it's really, really spicy. So for the orange segments, you just slice a little bit this side and the other side. And then you just get the segments.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
So pretty.
Yeah. So it's just pretty good for like decoration.
Yeah.
Right? And good flavor as well.
Beautiful.
Salmon here. Let me know how is the spice level.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, it's fine. Nice. Tasty.
Oh my god, it's
Super
so
good.
Amazing.
It's really, really
easy
good.
thing to cook at home on a hot day.
Anytime, especially for summertime, it's perfect, right?
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mario. This
No
is
problem.
amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. So there you have it, guys. A quick, tasty, super healthy Mexican treat, easy as that. Who would have thought it would be that easy to bring Mexico to Singapore? This is Lauren Chibert reporting at Super Loco in Robertson Quay.
Visiting art shows are becoming more and more popular among Singaporeans. Whether it is buying art for investment or looking for art for reason of taste and culture, Singapore attracts lots of artistic exhibitions from all around the world. Nanyang Spectrum reporter Hu Xuemeng finds out whether it is really a question of art for art's sake.
Taiwanese artist Mr. Liu Gosong's exhibition has came Singapore at Linda Gallery. Before his next destination to Indonesia, let's have a look at what they have here. This exhibition was named as Revolution and Renaissance.
It has moved from National Historical Museum in Taipei, collecting more than 100 important works of Liu Guosong.
This is a very important exhibition for Liu Guosong because, and not just for Liu Guosong, but even as people in the art industry, we are excited because this is one of the largest collections amassed under one roof of all his work and of different stages of his work, from the early stage to the middle stage to the later stage, and it covers three essential periods of his collection, namely the snow mountain that's influenced by the Tibetan mountain.
Mr. Liu Guosong promoted Chinese ink by Western oil painting technique, which make him popular in art market.
Actually, what I like about it is that he has taken a contemporary look into traditional Chinese painting, so-called century art. So his current works are reminiscent of the old traditional century art, but you can see the contemporary use of ink and technique. So it's a blend of the old and the new, as well as Eastern and Western kind of like style.
Mr. Liu Guosong is recognized as pioneer of modern Chinese ink painting. Let's looking forward his next journey to Singapore. Until Amanda, Linda Gallery reports.
All the world's a stage, said the melancholic Jack in Shakespeare's famous comedy, As You Like It. The world is a theatre is a metaphor that we usually associate with, but Singapore and the theatre seems oddly a world apart. Nevertheless, one young performer is trying to bring those worlds together. Apart from acting, he has already directed 2 plays with Yellow Chair Productions. Let's Talk is next.
When we talk about theatre in Singapore, it's often a stage less trodden. But today, I have with me someone who dared to pursue his passion in theatre. He is someone to look out for, and according to one popular magazine, a rising star in Singapore's theatre scene. I am happy to have with me Adib Fazal. Hi Adib.
Hi.
Can you tell me, when did you start getting involved in theatre?
Wow, I think it was primary 2. It was when I had nothing to do with my life and I had no passions, and I randomly chanced upon the English Drama Club in primary school, and it started from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was the turning point where it kind of turned from like a school thing to a more professional thing?
It was a school thing all the way. I really until A levels, where I took the Cambridge A levels exam for theatre studies, and I thought it would stop there. But then actually, a friend who had worked on one play by Yellow Chair Productions actually called me to do a device piece, and I just said, "Why not?" You know. And then from there, I didn't stop doing anything.
Nice.
You know, yeah.
It's addictive.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And could you say, like, have you faced any challenges along the way? Any hurdles for you in your career?
I think it's about finding what you really want to do with it, because there are many different ways. So, for example, I'm doing a lot of community stuff where it's based on pro bono work, simply because you want to put it up and engage the people around you.
Okay.
It's a decision that you have to make when you enter an industry, because some people say, you know, when you do something, don't do it for free because you spoil the market.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, right? And other than that, really, the challenges is to balance this, you know, with everything else that you're doing. For example, school, which is a huge, which is a huge, you know, if you want to say that school is a hurdle, it could be, right? Yeah. So in a sense, it's a lot of, it's a quite a tricky balancing act, really.
So why aren't you doing, like, why aren't you performing full time? Why are you doing school as well?
Wow. Oh.
Or is it, you know, like, is it something that you want to pursue professionally, or more of just a hobby?
You know, I've never actually said that I would go full on professional with, you know, theatre and acting and
West
whatever.
End.
No pressure. You know, I've always seen it as a while I'm in school, it was more of, okay, I'm just studying this because it's interesting, it's a subject that I take. I mean, people have different passion. Some people like to study biology. You get my point. So my inclination at the time was drama, and you know, at this point it's about finding, not finding, but more of deciding on what exactly you want to do with this interest. And for me, it's still more of a hobby type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still keen on school?
Yes.
Cool.
Should I not say that?
It's okay. We won't tell anyone.
School is fun.
And like the arts scene or the arts industry in Singapore, how would you describe it? Is it hopeful or bleak or somewhere in the middle? What's it like?
Because Singapore is quite a small place, the art scene isn't as, you know, opportune as you'd like it to be. Which is why I feel like I'm very lucky, because I have these opportunities as being part of this company where, you know, at times I actually get to decide, oh, I want to do this, I don't want to do this. The art scene in Singapore, really, there are many different ways to get involved, and I think if you look hard enough, you will find something. If not, you know, every single weekend there are new companies doing something else, and there's really, you're spoiled for choice. You open up the listings and it's like everyone's doing a show or an exhibition, or, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no plans to pack your suitcase and head to the Big Apple or
not at
West
the
End?
moment. Not at the moment, you know. However, I am going for an exchange program in UK.
Wow.
So I don't know.
You never know.
You never know.
Maybe we won't see you for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, just keeping my options open.
Excellent, excellent. And have you got any projects coming up, or?
Currently, actually, I'm in the final 2 phases of hall production. So in my hall of residence 12, we're actually putting up a play in May, and we are going into rehearsal full swing.
Wow, amazing. Well, best of luck, and back to you guys.
Well, time flies when you're having fun, and it has certainly been fun.
If you want to catch up on today's episode or any other episode of the Nanyang Spectrum, you can log on to spectrumtv.tumblr.com for more information and a webcast of our show.
We hope you have enjoyed today's lineup. It's goodbye from me, Steffi Young.
And from me, Shemaine Tan.
See you in the next episode of Nanyang Spectrum. Goodbye.